You probably already know that Chigozie Obioma is one of my faves, and that's why The Road to the Country is the book I'll be reviewing today. Hi, I'm Ravi. Welcome to Reventry Books, and today I'll be discussing The Road to the Country by Chigozie Obioma. So first, this is a retelling of the Biafran War, but in a futuristic way. So a man sees a prophecy, and he's talking about the prophecy, and he says everything that happens. So I was really fascinated with this story, especially with the parts where the title was explained. I don't know, it blew my mind. It blew my mind a lot. So I was really excited. I was so happy when I got to the, because he did that with an orchestra of minorities. I was hoping, can he do that here? And besides, the road to the country sounds like a very ordinary thing, but turns out he was able to. So yeah, I really liked it. But then I have spoken to a few people who really love Chigozie Obioma, probably as much as I do, maybe even more. And their criticism of this book was that the recollection of the accounts were not accurate, and this is something that is a very big issue, because if you are retelling a factual event, if you are retelling history, you have to make sure you stay close to the truth as much as possible, because it is history. It is not just any kind of fiction. If it was literature fiction, literary fiction, or something else, that's fine, but this is history. History should not be distorted. So that's a major criticism I've gotten about this book. And because the retelling was inaccurate, many people found it, people that I spoke to that loved the book, they found it difficult to enjoy it, because it was like, oh, I know this is what happened, and then you're telling me this is not what happened. So it felt like, imagine listening to someone lie to you. So in as much as you like the person, what you're saying just rubs off on you wrongly, because you're like, oh, this is not this is not what it is. So yes, I really like the story. I loved the story so much. It's first off, I like the fact that there's a prophecy. So I wonder what could have been done to change the prophecy. And the thing is, why I say I like that was prophecy, because it raises this question again: fate or choice. And if you look at it in his first book, Fisherman, it's an important question. Did Ikenna make those decisions he made because it was already prophesied, or was it just by the actions he made? That's why he made those decisions. Two, we can see that in an orchestra of minorities. Was known so fated to have that kind of thing, or was it that he was reckless in his decisions? I mean, some people say that he was just a reckless person, but his chi argues otherwise. And then we see this happen here: prophecy or actions. Now the thing is, we didn't see this coming to pass. We just saw a prophecy of the story. Do you get? I really liked the prophet. I liked the seer, because he just emanated a very serious vibe. He was like, this is, I don't know, it was just a very, very cool vibe. I liked how long the scene took, because it was a very long series of events. So it's obvious that for you to see something for that long, you had to have been there for a long time. And Chigozie was able to pay attention to that fact. I like that there was a little bit of romance in this. Although at first I was like, what's the meaning of all this? Like, what are we looking for? This is not what I'm here for. But I realized that this is part of what makes the story the story. There were soldiers who were in situations like this. It is not out of the ordinary that this was going to happen. Do you understand? So yes. Another thing I really liked is talking about how the war impacted people. The Biafran War, we don't really talk about it enough. I think it's something we should talk about more, especially in literature. We should have more retelling of the Biafran War. I've read a few. I've read half of the Yellow Sun, and I should myself I should read more of the retelling of the Biafran War, because it's important that we do not repeat some mistakes. And the thing about repeating mistakes is, we do not learn our history, we tend to repeat these mistakes. And it was just a very sad thing to read, because we saw real life. I felt like I saw the real life impacts of this. So in half of a Yellow Sun, I'd seen some victims. We'd seen some victims. In fact, everybody still asks a random question: where is Kainene? And Kainene is one of thousands that got missing during the Biafran War. There's nobody to use to identify her. There's nothing that anybody can use to find her. So yes, it just showed different parts of the story. It just showed how some people got disabled by the war. Like, yes, it also happened in half of a Yellow Sun, but it's important that we have different perspectives when it comes to the story, as important as the Biafran War. I also want to talk about the Red Cross Society. Even in half of a Yellow Sun, they worked a lot. And yeah, I really wish I really wish the war didn't happen, because the casualties were a lot, especially for children. I don't think children deserve to go through things like that. Children don't deserve to go through war. And even it was just a weird thing. This is also like another story talking about, is it about how soldiers sometimes they go mad from the terror of what they've seen. And it's puzzling, not because it's puzzling, but because it just makes you chill and relax, that this is how much a sacrifice that soldiers are laying on the line for us. They don't just lay down their life, they also lay down their mental health, because they deal with a lot, they see a lot. It's just a whole lot to be a soldier. And we do not, I feel like in Nigeria we do not respect soldiers. Not like respect is not the word I want to use, because we fear soldiers. We do not pay them enough to compensate them for the sacrifices they are making. How do I know? I know a few people who are soldiers, not on a one-on-one level, but yeah, imagine your friend's dad is a soldier kind of thing. So yeah, to an extent I understand, like, oh, they deserve to be paid more. They deserve, like, I know, like, yes, there are some classes when you get to some, when you become a general, you definitely be paid more. But even for people that are cadets, they should, it's a huge sacrifice, and it's not something you can easily say you're turning your back on. So yeah, for a road to the country, I really love Chigozie. I'm saying this because I'm about to drop a really heavy blow. I really love Chigozie, and this was also a story I loved, but low-key, I feel like maybe he should rewrite the story so that history is right, history is mentioned right, because I feel like if this book is written in a way that pays attention to history, then it's something that people would really really love. Because yes, this book did receive some love, but it would have received more love if history was accurate. I know it's a very difficult thing to do, and it can take you 5 years, maybe even more, but it's important that when we are retelling history, we retell it right. Anyway, that's all for today. Bye. See you in my next video.